Philadelphia Eagles. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
First down, Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here, 3rd and a yard.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
First down, Dallas.
Here we go. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to sling this deep down. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They'll get 34 yards there.
Check 53. Watch the run, watch the run. Kill.
Prescott to throw it. His throw caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55. Great 57. You can't block me. You can't.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Caught right side. It's Jeffrey. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Now wins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Sanders. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first.
Let's make these babies cry.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
This complete left side to Aguilar. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Second and 6 at the Cowboys' 13-yard line.
Here we go, Pac-Man. Let's go. Great. 180!
On second down now, it's Sanders. And for a second straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on fourth down. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
At their own 10-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complimentary football. But, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Prescott now. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Prescott from the gun. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. In a wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Here we go, 46. Shit. 26.
A first down carry by Elliott. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Hey, kill.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming for you. You mine.
Looking to throw. Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9. Prescott, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
There you go. Slide in. Check right 54. Right 54. You don't want nothing, baby. You don't want nothing. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Right 54. We're going to 54. Right in. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott.
Check 26. Check 26.
Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Let's go, baby. Turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
From the gun, it's Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to first and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round Weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful Divisional Round Weekend. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
To throw is Prescott. He's going to let this one go deep. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check.
Throwing is Wentz. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Wentz going to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The punt team on now as this one's sent away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
Now Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
Right there, 54, right there, 50.
Prescott. Cooper's got it. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. The Dallas passing game definitely in sync. They've got another first down.
Chill. 47. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Switch.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
A gain of 12. First down, Cowboys.
Here we go. Check. Here we go. 46. Hey, watch the ball.
On first and 10, Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Right there.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll go again with Sanders. 23 yards the pickup there.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Sunday, man 5-7.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Check 30. Grade 15, grade 15.
Throwing now is Wentz. Left side here to Sanders. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Running with Howard. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
54, right 54. You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now.
It's a jet sweep as they get this to Jackson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Switch up, switch up.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Let's go, bring it up.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first blitz coming, and down he goes. Brandon Graham applied the heat off the edge. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Let's go. Let's do it.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
To throw is Wentz. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Here we go, Pac-Man. Hey, come on now.
They'll try and run forward with Sanders. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Tight down. There you go.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Carl Joseph up from his safety spot to make the play.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. DeMarcus Lawrence. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Geno Atkins breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
47. 26.
Here's Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. The Cowboys will go. Prescott. And that is incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Hey, man, watch the boot, watch the boot.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
This will be fielded at the 8. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Prescott to throw it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Mark Andrews, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And we've got a penalty marker down here as he's able to get this only to the 20-yard line. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run with Sanders. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Waiting. They can't hang with us.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Wentz now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
61, matchbox lights. Check.
Now a carry for Sanders. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Patch it. Run.
Another run here with Sanders. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. He may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Sanders. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Let's get it.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This is 3rd and 11.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Check.
Now Howard. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game. They had the extra week of rest. That was a factor. I think this home crowd was certainly a factor as well. So this is step 1 done. Now they need to win next week if they want to get to the Super Bowl.
I like those 2 factors that you brought up. The extra week, getting the open week by being the number 2 seed, a terrific home crowd for them, coupled with really good play. That allows them now to keep their Super Bowl dream alive. One more on their way to the Super Bowl.
So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say 24-hour cheesesteak shop, here we come.
Oh, yeah, and I'm buying, partner. And guess what? I'm having mine with.
And I'm having 2 if you're buying. Good night from Philadelphia.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my win. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly